Yo guys, welcome back to Titan MX Customs. This is episode 2 of the CRF450R build series. Last episode we tore this bike completely apart all the way down to the frame. This episode we're going to get the main frame and the swing arm prepped for powder coating and get the subframe and a couple other parts cleaned up. Let's get to it. Alright, first off we're going to get these rubber mounts off, these electrical brackets off, and then we're going to work on the steering stem bearing races. Alright guys, we're jumping ahead, but I had to do a little bit of off-camera work just to figure out what way I was going to use to get these bearing races out. It was a little bit more of a pain than I was anticipating. The final method that worked was using this $50 tool I got off Amazon. It's 50 bucks because of Prime. But pretty much these teeth right here, grab the lip of the bearing race, and then you want to tighten it down, and then just you have an extended lip right here to hammer it out. So we're going to try that on the next one. That was a lot easier than the other one.
So right here I'm mixing up a batch of JB Weld to act as kind of like Bondo over the frame. There's a dent right here on the lower portion. When I bought this bike it was not run with a skid plate, and that's the number one thing I always recommend people do whenever they buy a bike or even your existing bike, is always put a skid plate on it. If it does not have one, it's just not worth the damage that can be done to your frame from debris or rocks just hitting the frame. Once this cures up, we're going to take a Scotch-Brite wheel and a file and sand this down and shape it with the frame. I'm not looking for perfection here. I do want it to look better than this huge dent in the lower portion of the frame, but it is going to be covered by the skid plate, and I am going to have it powder coated. I just don't want to pay for somebody to powder coat over a nice big dent. Don't do what I did, guys. Please clean your swing arm before you take your bearings out. I don't know why I didn't clean it. There's no excuse. I guess I just got too caught up in the moment. But yeah, it's just way easier for anything you're doing. Always clean your parts before you work on them. So this trick I learned from another YouTuber. I can't remember his channel right now, but I will find that out and put that in the description below. So right now we have a 18mm socket. That's the exact same size as our bearing. Not exact, but pretty close. Push this through all the way. There we go. Make sure you have enough room on this side. Put
this big boss down right here. So this is going to sit on the outside of our swing arm and press against that. Put our washers on there. And then thread. Alright, so what we're going to pretty much do is crank down this side, push the bearing out into this socket. We're going to hold this side so it doesn't spin on us. Apply a little heat. This will transfer heat over into the swing arm, so we're not putting a direct flame onto the swing arm. I think that was the pop that we needed. There we go. Back this nut off. This is all going to be hot, so I should be careful. Put this guy out. That's our socket. This is kind of hot. Voila. That worked amazing. Way better than I thought it would. Alright, time to do the other side. These bearings actually look really good. They spin nicely and they're very well greased. But for powder coating, we have to take these out. So. Alright, give her a couple cranks. See what she does. Oh, that was nice. Already popped. One more pop. Keep it coming. Another one. She's moving. Boom, by hand.
over to the buffing machine, I'm going to be using these Scotch-Brite wheel pads from Prime MX. These are a must-have in a shop if you do any kind of work where you need to clean up metal and make it look brand new. As you can see, it's just ripping away that oxidization, and it's making it look better than OEM. The finishing is insane. It's worth noting that I am not sponsored by Prime MX. It's just a quality product that I stand behind, and you guys are going to see a lot of in the future videos. Also guys, make sure you guys are wearing the appropriate safety wear for the job that you're doing. Right now I'm wearing a full face respirator and gloves because I do not want any of the metal particles flowing through the air to get into my lungs and into my face.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the CRF450R build series. I think the subframe came out amazing. It looks better than OEM. And the frame and the swing arm are ready to go to the powder coating shop. I'm going to go take it there right now. Next episode, we're going to take apart that engine and see what we need to do. Thanks for watching.